Hello, welcome back to Hi-Fi Resale Shop. As most of you know, that I do about one post a week on YouTube. Just don't want to inundate anybody with videos of me. But yesterday we had probably the best sales day. There might have been one other that rivaled it this year. So I wanted to just include everybody in on it and let everybody know what we sold yesterday. There was some volume in it. I think there were 11 things, but there was one particular item that was really made it a great day. In aspects of previous days, I think I sold this Japanese, maybe it was Chinese, I'm sorry, but it was a Chinese bowl, and it had enamel on the inside and enamel on the outside, and it was all hand painted. It was probably a couple hundred years old, and it was a really beautiful bowl. Not really intended for using as a serving piece, but more just like decoration. Sometime during the summer, we sold that. I think that was like maybe $300 or something like that when I sold that. But anyway, let's talk about what sold yesterday. So we had a total of around $500 gross profit yesterday. And like I said, most of it comes from one item, but we'll go through everything. Okay. So the first thing that sold was a VHS tape, Hell's Angels Forever. This VHS tape. I actually bought this from another guy who sold on eBay, and he was getting rid of a bunch of stuff from his death pile. That sold for $5 plus shipping. The next item is this Melina hook and rug kit for an area rug or wall hanging 20 by 27, and it's like a sunset and a bridge. So this sold for $8 plus ship. I probably got that for $2 at a garage sale. I thought it was going to be worth more. Just because it was old and sealed and new, but apparently not. The next thing was a Merle Haggard CD. What a Friend We Have in Jesus, Merle Haggard. Bunch of like gospel songs. This it sold for $4 plus shipping. Let's see. The next one is this Townes Van Zandt Sky Blue CD. This one was pretty good. It was $11.20 plus shipping. The next one sold a couple of days ago, but they didn't pay for it until yesterday. So it's Leslie Phillips, The Definitive Collection. And I don't know if I've ever heard of Leslie Phillips, so I don't really know what it is. It says it's Christian music, so the next one is definitely not Christian music. The next one is Godsmack. What's the title? 4. Godsmack 4. This one sold for $8 plus shipping. I'm gonna skip this one that was the next one because it's the big deal. The next one is Vince Gill, Breath of Heaven, $4 plus shipping. The next item was this Topps. What year is this? What year is it? 1991 baseball set micro baseball cards. They're sealed. 700 cards, 792 cards. I know it's got some special edition gold cards in there, but this sold for $5 plus shipping out of that sports memorabilia collection that I bought. The next item is Code Orange Underneath. I've never really heard of this band before. Heavy metal. So for $11 plus shipping, Some of the heavy metal stuff, the more obscure heavy metal stuff, does really good. But I mean, either you're gonna find a ton of it at a garage sale, or you're gonna find nothing like that. Also, jazz does really well, because there's not a lot of it out there. Same with the heavy metal, the really obscure heavy metal stuff, and then sometimes some of the imports and indie rock, indie pop stuff. The next item is Cross Canadian Ragweed Garage, the black edition. There's another one that's a white one, and the other one has a DVD in it. But this one's just the CD. This one sold for $4.50 plus shipping. So going backwards to the big one. Okay. So a friend of mine was getting rid of some stuff, and they asked me if I wanted some posters, and I, grabbed them from him, and I'll probably shoot this guy a gift card or whatever. But this poster from Alpine Valley in Wisconsin, Dave Matthews Band concert from July 23rd and 24th. I don't know what year, but this concert poster, it's in excellent shape. It's got a little tear down here. It's got the little holes in the corners where somebody tacked it up, but you can certainly frame that and cover all that up. That concert poster, that sold for $380. So there's the big one, the big one yesterday, and gave us gross sales of $543 for yesterday, which in my Seller Hub over screen, there's this little barcode, a bar chart of what I've sold, and it's going to be hard to see some of the days that we don't have that many sales, because the 580 kind of skews out some of the stuff that's really lower, but it's a nice problem to have. Sometimes you get lucky and you sell some heavy hitters if you priced them right. People have been watching that one. I have another Dave Matthews concert poster. It's like red. It's got a house on fire. That one's very rare. I didn't see any others on the internet. And then there's also a Pearl Jam one up, which was a promotional piece that record stores would put it in their window when this particular CD came out. And I only found one sold in the past year online information about it. So those Pearl Jam one and that Dave Matthews one are up in my active listings. They are probably some of the more pricey things that I have in my active listings. Let me see if I can get to some of that stuff really quickly here. Yeah. The other Dave Matthews poster is up for $380. And the same with the Pearl Jam poster. I also have another concert poster for Dave Matthews Band in Central Park. And there's been somebody who's been watching that for a while. That is also up for $380. Recently, I put up a book called Hallis on Hallis about George Hallis, the founder of the Chicago Bears. And that book, I was surprised. I opened it up to the second page, and there was George Hallis's autograph in there. So I put that up a couple of days ago. And it's up for $275. There's a lot of George Hallis autographs out there, but none on this particular kind of book. So I just put it up there and see if somebody's interested in it. I also have a baseball up for $250, and it has a bunch of the Strikeout Kings on it. So it's got Nolan Ryan, Phil Niekro, Bruce Sutter, Tom Seaver, Bob Gibson. I think it's Fergie Jenkins. Let me see who else. So Tom Seaver, Nolan Ryan, Bob Gibson, Fergie Jenkins, Steve Carlton, Don Sutton, Bert Blyleven, Phil Niekro, and Gaylord Perry. 9 players on the, let's say, 80s early strikeout club, because it changed in the 90s with a lot of players being added to it. Clemens, Randy Johnson, I think, Kurt Schilling. There were a lot of players that have been added to that club since then. But this actually is on a ball from the era as well. So those are my higher price items, and it's really exciting when one of them sells. Another thing that can be worth a bunch of money is like rap CDs, 90s rap CDs, because people didn't take particularly good care of them. So if you could find them in good condition, those, and rap cassettes as well. So if you find those are really good to put up. You can make a bunch of money from that. So I didn't want to take up a lot of your time today. I just wanted to let you know about that really big sale because I was excited about it. So that's going to be the end of this video, and we'll see you next week. Bye now.